What do GMOs and Roundup Ready have to do with anything? Well, I'm going to cover that in today's video, so stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Hey, this is Lance McCown, the Tropical Smoothie Guy, and today I'm going to talk about another type of genetically modified food, which is Roundup Ready, which is a type of spray, a toxic chemical that gets put on it. All right, so I'm going to cover that in the next section.
Hey, this is Lance McGowan, the Tropical Smoothie Guy, and today we're going to talk about another type of GMO and the fact that it's Roundup Ready. So what does that mean? Well, Roundup Ready plants have been genetically modified to withstand the Roundup herbicide spray without dying. Everything else around it dies, including the bugs, worms, good bacteria in the soil, and the weeds. And this herbicide does not wash off and soaks into the plant. And so you can see there's a number of Roundup Ready types of plants. Some of the most common ones are corn, soybeans, alfalfa, canola, and cotton. There are some other genetically modified crops as well, which I talk about in other videos, but these are the Roundup Ready ones, which is a big issue from a toxic chemical standpoint. All right, so why this is an issue is because without healthy gut bacteria, when you eat these foods, you can't produce tryptophan. Without tryptophan, your body doesn't produce serotonin. And without serotonin, you can't regulate your blood sugar. And so there is a ripple effect in your health that starts from what you eat all the way to how your blood and body is regulated with regards to sugar. And you know, diabetes is obviously a growing epidemic, and especially in the US, type 2 diabetes. But the good news, it's fully reversible through diet and lifestyle change, but we have to educate ourselves on what the root cause is. All right, so like I said, diabetes is largely on the rise and costs our federal government over $279 billion a year. And every bite you take is either fighting disease or feeding it. And so what we want to do is definitely fight disease and let the food heal us from the inside out, not let it hurt us from the inside out. That's going to be very important. All right, so the next steps are to subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch the next video to learn more about GMOs and how this affects maltodextrin, since maltodextrin is primarily derived from corn.
Roundup Ready is a toxic chemical, and when you think of GMOs, you might as well think of toxic chemicals, because that's the reason why, specifically like things like corn and soy and cotton, that's why they're genetically modified, so they can either produce these toxins or withstand the spraying of them. And so there's always going to be some type of residue or something on these crops that isn't good. And so having genetically modified foods for that reason, which is the main reason, isn't beneficial for your health. And that's why I'm not a big fan of GMOs. And yes, we have been, selectively breeding crops for a really long time, but that's different than making crops genetically modified so they can withstand pesticide use or produce their own pesticides, or be herbicide resistant, and so there's a totally different dynamic that's going on besides maybe selectively breeding for size or color or things like that, or even flavor and taste. Well, that concludes today's video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so you can watch more of my videos, or click one of the links in the description box below so you can get your learn on in a different way.